This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
All right, then with that, I will open up this meeting of the Easthampton Planning Board for Tuesday, February 15th, 2022. All members are appearing remotely and the meeting is being recorded. First item on the agenda is public speak. If there's anyone here that has anything to speak to that is not on the agenda, you can raise your Zoom hand or turn on your camera and raise your real hand or unmute. I see nothing. Moving right along. I understand the minutes are not quite ready, Jeff. We're waiting on that.
Yeah, might not be. Oh, I wasn't muted. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I sent them out, but then I realized that they weren't quite ready. So I would like to ask the board to take them up at the next meeting.
Sounds good. So next item on the agenda is A&R Cynthia Stepler, 73 Loudville Road. Is there someone here to speak to that?
Good evening. For the record, Sophia Bitsis from R. Lebeck Associates here on behalf of Cynthia Stepler and the petition before you. If I may, through the chair, share my screen and I can pull up the plan for reference purposes.
That would be excellent. Chris, perfect timing.
Thank you.
Sophia, I just made you co-host, so you should be able to share that now.
Great, thank you. All right, so hopefully with any luck, you see the plan.
We do.
Perfect. So I kind of will give you the overall property. So as you can see, it's a fairly large property previously before the board for a condo project,
Yep.
which is permitted and getting ready to hit the ground here. I don't know if you recall during deliberations and through the permitting process, there was an encroachment regarding the existing house for Cynthia Stepler and the neighbor next door. So if you look into the zoomed area right here, there is this triangular piece in which the neighbor's driveway encroaches onto Mrs. Stepler's parcel. So the purpose of this A&R is to carve off that triangular piece, which has been previously discussed, so that it can be conveyed to the neighbors. There are no encumbrances on the property and that the project can move forward. So pretty much just a cleanup item from previous approvals from this board. And if there are any questions, hopefully I can assist.
Any planning board members have any questions?
No, it's a no-brainer.
No, it seems simple.
Jeff, planning department have any questions, comments, concerns?
No, I don't think so. And I think that the board dealt with some minor modifications. The Conservation Commission also reviewed some minor changes. And then, I guess that's the one question, Sophia, do you have any estimate as to when you might start construction? Just for general knowledge, it's the kind of thing that it's useful for people to know about just because it'll pop up.
Absolutely. So yes, we are planning on having pre-construction meetings, I would say in the next couple of weeks, financing and bank approvals. This was a logistical item that we had to take care of prior there too as well. So as soon as they are ready, they will hopefully conduct pre-construction meetings, I would say in the next 2 weeks, and then hit the ground running. So we're ready to rock and roll and, set the monumentation that needs to be set and limit of work, and we'll be hitting the ground running.
Great, thank you. Yeah, that's good.
Motion to endorse the A&R for 73 Loudville Road, Cynthia Stepler.
Seconded.
All right, voting to endorse the A&R. James.
Aye.
Harry.
Aye.
Ken.
Aye.
Danny.
Aye.
Chris.
Aye.
And I am an aye, Ken.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Best of luck, you too.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, no public hearings. And now Jeff is going to keep us for as long as he wants with his updates. Mr. Bag, clock's
Right.
ticking.
So we should be out of here by 9. Just kidding. No, I really want to be brief. I'm just joking, but I had this opportunity. I just wanted to put a couple of items on the agenda to just give you, the planning board a quick update. And actually, I don't have the agenda up. Jesse, do you happen to have it, or what order? Does it matter what order I do it?
You got 40R, solar, and assistant planner.
Okay. So 40R, gosh, I'm not prepared. We continued the joint public hearing to March 8th. So I just wanted to remind everybody that that's it. You're going to be a little bit busy. So the planning board has a meeting on March 1st. And there is one public hearing. So it was one item, and the board has seen it before. Self-storage on Coleman Road expanded slightly and their permit lapsed. So they're asking to have the permit reissued. That's March 1st. March 8th, the planning board will convene again with the ordinance committee. And I just wanted to say that I have actually had a lot of communication now with DHCD on the zoning amendment. And the first kind of order of business for them was looking at the map of the area that we've been discussing. There's a corresponding spreadsheet, which has a lot of detail, and I was very thankful because Curtis was kind of working on that. They were kind of going through that with a fine-tooth comb, and I think we kind of made it out of that. They are going to be moving into the text of the ordinance. So I would right now say there's like a 50-50 chance that we'll get comments back from DHCD before March 8th. But there's also a chance that we won't. So I think March 8th is kind of too soon to tell how in depth we'll get. But if nothing else, we'll check in on March 8th, get an update, and then we may have to continue another meeting to get their feedback. But the general census seemed like it was going good. They will really dig into every amendment that we made on that and probably ask kind of questions as to why or what the goal was. So I will send out an update before the 8th, but that is kind of chugging along. I don't know if there's questions. I am happy to answer any questions about that. Good. Okay. Then solar. Thank you. So Curtis left. His last day was about 2 weeks ago. He left a kind of a fully developed draft of the solar ordinance and a cover letter. And I was just kind of making some tweaks to the cover letter to go back and add a little bit more of the history and context. And what I understand our next process will be is I'm going to work with Jamie Webb in the planning office, and she's going to kind of shepherd that one through. But the cover letter and ordinance will go basically to city council. So I think Councilor Zara is going to introduce it at an upcoming city council meeting, and then it'll get sent to the ordinance subcommittee. And part of the goal of having the working group was the hope that ordinance might be able to talk about this once and then make the recommendation to start the joint public hearing process with ordinance and planning. So, you know, that in and of itself is like about a month from now, maybe, you know, sometime in April, I guess, we would assume that the planning board and ordinance would convene a joint public hearing to start to go through that in detail. But so that was the hope of the working group, is to get all that input up front and make sure that the draft ordinance is in a good spot before it starts the process. And so, you know, hopefully it'll work out that was a beneficial process. So again, the planning board will have your full opportunity to review that. I don't know if there are any questions about that at this point. Great, Curtis is doing good to keep you guys updated. Then just the last part on Curtis, kind of the replacement. So the day after Curtis told me, I said, sorry, Curtis, that you're leaving. It's a real bummer, but I immediately advertised for the position. We are starting some interviews. We got 9 applications for the position. And it's a double-edged sword, because I think some people have, it was a range. Some people with no municipal experience or no planning experience, to some people who could be potentially good candidates who have some of that experience. So starting tomorrow, it's the HR director, myself, and Jamie Webb are gonna do kind of a rapid fire. Actually, it's Thursday. We're gonna do rapid fire. We're gonna do 4 in a row Zoom interviews to see how the first 4 shake out. And then what we had talked about in following past practices, if it's acceptable, you know, to Jesse, we have invited the planning board chair to come to kind of round 2 interviews with those folks, with any folks that we feel like are worth having a second interview with. So I don't know what will come of this, especially the first 4, if we will kind of get any viable candidates out of that. But we're going to try. And the one reason I wanted to bring this up, because I've never really done this before with the board, but we did talk about if we didn't get any viable candidates, we might kind of describe the position or come at the advertising in a different way, which is to try to offer two versions, which is a more mid-level kind of planner position, which is kind of what it is right now, or an entry-level position. Because we're trying to get candidates who have some municipal experience. But it's hard to know whether we'll ever get those people or not. So I think the bottom line is I've been working really hard to try to fill that position. It's really important. And we've kind of built it up so that that person does so much stuff, does all the things to help coordinate the planning board. If you didn't know, they were also staffing the ZBA. And although the ZBA doesn't get as many applicants, they were dealing with the applicants, prepping the ZBA and writing the decisions. And then the real beauty of the position was that they were handling all kind of general inquiries. We get hundreds and hundreds of inquiries over the course of a year, and having a person who can kind of hear the questions, figure out what to do with the questions and who to talk to and kind of navigate that is a super valuable it's a super valuable thing for the
Almost like you need two
department.
positions, like a senior level and like a junior level.
Yeah, I've been told.
It sounds like a lot of work.
I've been told not to be greedy. So that I agree. I think having the position at all was really helpful, and it helped us be responsive.
Yeah.
And that by itself, kind of just having someone who can reply to emails or reply to phone calls, and that helps us be business friendly. Even if they don't always get the news they want, at least someone is there to respond. So it is really valuable. So I just wanted to say, like, I don't know what to expect yet, but the hope is that we'll bring someone on board, and I'll be kind of training them. I think Jesse did a really great job kind of helping Curtis along too when he was beginning to. So that's the most unfortunate part, is that we'll have to bring someone kind of back up to speed. But that's really, I don't know if there's any questions about that either.
I'd like to add that I think you're doing a great job, and I think it's wonderful the work you did bringing Curtis in the first place. If that's any indication, I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah, I know that we got lucky with Curtis, so I think we'll have to be somewhere a little less lucky than that. But I'm just kidding, because we may get a perfect candidate, and I don't know that until after Thursday. But so I think that's it. I mean, Jesse or anyone else, if there's any other questions, I did want to just take the opportunity to kind of just give a quick update.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, and then I failed on the schedule. There is another meeting on March 15th too. So for March, it unfortunately did stack up a little bit. Again, March 1st, kind of easy. March 8th will be the ordinance. And then, so I saw Ms. Marno is attending. So the ordinance meeting for the 40-hour will be on March 8th. And then March 15th is the continuation of Fort Hill. And I would just say that I guess you might expect them to request more time. That seems to be something that is probably realistic, but we'll know. I think our deadline was Friday for that applicant to give an update. So I'll transmit whatever they send out if we get it on Friday. Next week's a holiday, but next Monday's a holiday, sorry.
Thank you.
So the deadline was this Friday?
We went back,
Friday?
Curtis and I went back to the recording, and we determined that, am I forgetting something? Maybe, because Starbucks comes back too.
Yeah.
That's also on the 15th. Maybe we gave Starbucks till the 18th to come back. I apologize. I did not brush up on those notes. So we have two items on the 15th, Starbucks and Fort Hill.
All right. We'll make it work.
Okay.
All right. If there's nothing else, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So motion.
Seconded.
Thank the Lord. All right. Moving to adjourn. James.
No.
This better be unanimous.
I rescind my vote and make it a yes.
Harry.
Aye.
Ken.
Aye.
Danny.
Aye.
Chris.
Aye.
One last time, I am an aye. We'll see you all next meeting. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.